Welcome to Retro Camera Review. This is a Kodak Brownie Hawkeye flash camera. It was released in 1948 and produced all the way to 1961. Mine is a 1956 model and it's in brand new condition. This is a great camera for casual shooting or if you're a beginner. There were millions made and you can get a working one from $5 to $100 depending on the condition. You can tell mine is a mid-50s one because it has raised glass twice finder and a Bakelite winding knob. The earlier ones had this kind of knob, a metal one, just like this Duoflex here. I went for a mid-50s one because it will fit 120 film without modifying it, and it doesn't have the metal spool winder, so it shaves off about $20 from its price. Many Kodaks use a method called camerosity to know your month and year it was made. You can see me here winding the film. It's really simple, you just line up the numbers with the hole and then it's done. Just remember that if you do not advance the film after taking your shot, you'll take a double exposure, a triple exposure, a million exposure, because if you don't wind, it doesn't stop you from taking an exposure. Now for the tour. It has two lenses in the front viewing lens and the taking lens. Now, here along the top we have the waist level viewfinder, which is kind of small but clear. We have the long exposure switch and the exposure button. Here we have the release thing that opens and closes the back. On the back, there is a red window which is used for seeing which exposure you are on from the back paper of the film. Here on the side, we have a film winding knob, and on the other side are flash connections. The flash uses number 25 or M5 bulbs. If you see a B, it just means the bulb is blue. I can't even tell the difference between a photo taken with a blue flash bulb or a clear one. Here's a photo of me loading it. As you can see, the top has a full spool, and the bottom has an empty take-up spool. Common questions and their answers. If you're wondering, the only modification that I did for this camera to work with modern 120 film was bend back a little pin on the full spool holder. That's because it was stopping me from closing the camera with the film inside of it, because of the full-sized 120 spool. If you're planning to shoot with this fun little camera, make sure you don't use any film with a higher ISO or ASA than 100 because of the shutter speed, which is 1/30th, and that it has a aperture of f/16, so those pictures would not come out very good. It would be very overexposed. If the camera has a metal winder knob or raised glass element on the top, it will fit a 120 film spool. Now it's time to review the flash. This flash may have come bundled with the camera, or it might have been bought separately originally, but it's definitely not the original one that came with the 1949 model to 1953, I believe. That was a big flash, and it used the same bulbs, but it was much larger, and it took 2 Cs. This one takes 2 AAs. On the back, we have a sliding scale for the kind of film you have, and the shutter speed or aperture you should set it to. And on the top, we have the release button. Thank you for watching my video by Retro Camera Reviews. If you want more, please subscribe, and if you'd like to see another video like this, leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see. I have many cameras and many interesting pieces of technology to share with the world. Thank you for watching this review of the Kodak Brownie Hawkeye camera.